Which one of these folks gonna get the pink slip first? My man Dabo Swinney or Caleb DeBoer at Alabama?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like that one.
Because just winning is not enough at these schools, homie. It's what you win that matters. Because you know your man Ohio State, they say every year he on the hot seat when he lose to Michigan. Even when he won the championship, you still lost to Michigan,
Brian
so
Day.
your job in jeopardy. Yeah, like
I'll put it like this. And I'm going to answer the question, and you're not going to like the answer, but it's going to technically be the correct answer.
Okay, correct.
I think Kalen DeBoer will get the pink slip. I think if Dabo is like leaving, he's gonna resign. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I think Clemson needs more than me right now, and so I'm gonna just walk away. Behind the scenes, they're gonna be like, look, hey, Dabo, we need you to go, but you've done so much for this program, we're gonna allow you to just resign. Kalen DeBoer, if he don't win, they're gonna show up. They're gonna be at his desk. He gonna be at the front with the key, and it's not gonna work. And like what was it? Jamal Adams did at the Jets facility. He can be walking in there with his key, and it's just not gonna work. He gonna go to the office and be like, "Sir, we're gonna need your parking space. We're gonna need that corporate card, and we'll holler at you." So I think Kalen DeBoer get the pink slip. Dabo, I think he'll be allowed to resign, but I think their job is both of their jobs is in jeopardy this year.
Man, and they're gonna be trying to buy out Lane Kiffin if they do
Alabama.
That. Yeah, man.
Alabama or Clemson?
Alabama, because they want. Well, no, when Nick left, they didn't give an interview to Lane Kiffin. He wanted to come to Alabama then, but they just was hot.
Ooh, but see, no, you know what's gonna happen? You know where Dabo Swinney went to school.
Yeah, I know. He played with a guy I went to high school with. They won that championship together.
He's gonna resign. Dabo went to Alabama. He's gonna resign. He's gonna take the job at Alabama.
Well, the thing of it is though, with Dabo, because I heard something, and you can tell me if this is true, that he said again, like he got into the transfer portal the last couple years, but he said this offseason that he wanted to go back to like traditional recruiting kind of thing. That might hurt him in going to a school like Alabama. Alabama wants you to get it how you can get it.
Do whatever. Yeah, do whatever. I just need you to win. I don't care how you win. Don't tell me.
They're going to be like, if you coming up in here and you got this chip on your shoulder, talking about you don't want to get in the transfer portal, you don't want to use NIL, what your plan better be, you better have a hell of a plan.
And I think he doesn't. I don't think he doesn't want to use NIL because them Clemson guys getting paid. They've been getting paid for a while, but I think it's just like, yeah, like you said, the transfer portal. But I think that's what they'll say in an interview. They're gonna sit him down and say, "Hey, Dabo, are you like what's your thoughts on the transfer portal? Are you willing to bring in 25 transfers next year or 50, 60 transfers to overhaul this roster?" If he says no, okay, well, I appreciate you, sir. And then they're gonna move on to the next guy. So he'll have to answer that question correctly. But I think he's smart enough to answer it correctly, to get the job, and then do what he wants to do when he gets the job. So I think I thought he would be it this year. I thought he was going to leave, and I thought Kalen DeBoer was going to be out this year. But I think he'll end up getting it next year if Alabama doesn't have it.
I have Kalen DeBoer as being, more in jeopardy of getting that pink slip. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's going to be a lot easier to replace him. Anybody will want to come to coach Alabama, whereas Clemson, that's not so much of it as an appealing job to go down there. That's really the main reason. Because when Clemson looks at the college coaching landscape, they're like, well, who we gonna get better than Dabo to come here? I don't think coaches are just knocking on the door to come to Clemson like that.
Might get Kirk Signetti. They'll have their pick of who they want to come in there. That's why I was so surprised when they
That's a great call, man.
Mark Cuban will pay somebody to burn Alabama down if you think that he letting Kirk Signetti get from Indiana. I'm going to tell you that right. And that's going to be a mysterious fire at Bear Bryant Stadium if you think Kirk Signetti just going to two-step his way on up out of Indiana. But yeah.
But they gonna have they pick if Kalen DeBoer gets cut. They gonna have their pick of who they can get, I think. So we'll see.
When they let him go, it's not that his key card ain't gonna work. Paul Feinbaum gonna be standing in his parking spot when he pull up. That's how he gonna find out he don't work there no more. Yeah, that's how he gonna find out he don't work there no more.